Hello. We will talk about interrupt. Do you know what is the interrupt? And why it happens? Don't worry, we have got you covered. Interrupt are signals sent to CPU by external device. And they tell the CPU to stop activities. And it is a part of how OS and hardware interact and execute the appropriate part of OS. And it has happened because an interrupt is an event that alters the sequence in which the processor executes instructions. It is also a response by the processor to an event that needs attention. Interrupts happen most often because the processor gets a signal from the hardware, but they can also come from software that is running along with the program. An interrupt condition alerts the processor and serves as a request for the processor to interrupt the currently executing code when permitted, so that the event can be processed in a timely manner. Type of interrupt: hardware interrupt and software interrupt. Hardware interrupt are generated by hardware devices to signal that they need some attention from the OS. They may have just received some data. For example, keystrokes on the keyboard and data on the Ethernet card, or they have just completed a task which the operating system previously requested, such as transferring data between the hard drive and memory. Hardware interrupt types. A. Maskable interrupt. The hardware interrupts which can be delayed when a much highest priority interrupt has occurred to the processor. B. Non-maskable interrupt. The hardware which cannot be delayed and should process by the processor immediately. Software interrupt are generated by programs when they want to request a system call to be performed by the operating system. Often occurs when an application software terminates or when it requests the operating system for some service. 2. Software interrupt types. A. Normal interrupts. The interrupts which are caused by the software instructions are called software instructions. B. Exception. Unplanned interrupts while executing a program is called exception. For example, while executing a program, if we got a value which should be divided by 0 is called a exception. Made by Belal Hisham Osman, Rabi Ahmed Abdo Khalil, Sarah Ibrahim Salah, Reem Hisham Mahmood, and Salma Amir Mohammed.